My name's Jasper, and this is my second channel. Feel free to check out my main channel down below. But this is a channel where I post daily videos answering people's questions on how to grow a digital marketing agency using the GoHighLevel software. I built my own six-figure agency over the past few years, and I still manage clients to this day, so I'm in the trenches with you. And now I help others for free to grow their own agency. And for context, the Zoom call recordings you'll see in these videos, I do every day for free for my GoHighLevel affiliates and just answer their different questions. If you want to be a part of these free Zoom calls and work with me directly, you can read more about how to get access to that down below.
So, yeah, well, I mean, the question that I have for you is something that I have been facing recently with these LLMs. I was trying to research my website on ChatGPT, and ChatGPT was not able to access to my website. So I started, checking here and there and what I need to do. And finally, yesterday, I realized and find out that I need to do the robots.txt file and put it in the web in order to be accessible by the robots. But that is, I think, I mean, that isn't, I am not savvy on that part. But my point is that maybe that is just a single piece of the different factors that the LLMs are looking for when they are scrolling the website. So my question to you mainly is, do you have any good practice or recommendations that we can follow in order to make our website compliance to the LLMs, good practice? I know that that changes every day, but at least I guess there are some basic things that we need to do it. I mean, I don't know how to do the schema, for example. I am watching some videos on YouTube that they said the schema is important. Obviously the FAQs, the H1s, and things like that. So I am trying to get educated because until now, none of my clients has been asking me why those websites that we have created are not visible on ChatGPT. But eventually that will come. So I don't want to be out of my comfort zone in order to answer that one or prevent, just update those websites with those minimum things that I need to do in order to my clients to, be visible on the LMM. So mainly that is the main question that I have for you. Since you said one question at a time, so that is the main one that I would like to address in this conversation, since you have been in this arena for a good time and you have your agency as well, and maybe you're facing the same situation, you're right.
So, have you gotten your website indexed already through Google Search Console?
Yeah, yeah,
You've
yes.
done that. Okay. That's the first step to just start like showing up on Google, which ultimately, if you're showing up on Google, then ChatGPT should be able to find you. And it really depends on the type of search you're doing through like ChatGPT or Claude or any of these LLMs to whether you will show up or not. But I learned a trick recently from the CEO of Search Atlas. His name's Monik Bond. He's the guy who runs, Search Atlas. Have you heard me talk about that, the SEO software? So, anyway, you can train ChatGPT yourself to recognize your website and be able to find it when other people search it, or search your niche, whatever they're looking up on ChatGPT, so that then in the future, ChatGPT will recommend your website in the future. And let me pull up ChatGPT really quick and show you, because this was like pretty mind blowing, this hack that he showed me.
Yeah.
Um, but anyway, you can train ChatGPT to recognize your website. Let me show you real fast. Because how these LLMs work is they're taking information from its users, they're taking information from the internet. And so if a user is messaging with ChatGPT, you may occasionally like get a wrong answer from ChatGPT. Like I was asking ChatGPT for some like tax advice the other day, and it told me that something wasn't possible with the tax code, but actually there was like a new law that President Trump just passed that did allow this certain tax code, or tax, write off. And so I had to correct ChatGPT, and then it was like, oh wait, you were right. And then it like said, you're right, this is a new law that was just passed that does allow this type of deduction on your taxes or something like that. And so occasionally ChatGPT gets things wrong. And so what it does is it takes that answer that I gave it and that correction, and then it's now trained on that if you do it enough times and enough people do it right, it'll be trained on that new information that I've given it, even though it wasn't necessarily out there on the internet for ChatGPT to pull from. So anyway, let me show you this real quick. So if you go to ChatGPT, what's your website, for example,
Yeah, it's a copilot agency that biz.
like that?
Yes.
So what I'm doing is I'm just starting a conversation with ChatGPT, and anyway, it says I couldn't find any credible information about a company called Copilot Agency, copilotagency.biz, in publicly indexed business registries, review sites, or reliable news outlets. So there's part of your answer right there. These are all going to be through different citations. So you can, get your website listed on like Google Business Pro. Do you have a Google Business profile already?
Yeah, well, those are the things that I have been working recently to create those things because I was not doing it that way because I don't have a location. And talking with somebody, they told me that I can put like a digital product for us and not necessarily to have a physical place. So I miss, I will say since January that we opened this business that possibility. But now I create my profile and in the digital. So I mean, it take a little while to get recognized, and now I am working also trying to get the reviews, to support that. But yeah, that is something that I just start doing.
Right on. That will help a ton because that's what it's looking for is like it's looking for you in business registries, review sites, like your Angie's List, your Yelps, your Google business profiles, and then reliable news outlets. We can't necessarily, there's not like a perfect, easy, super easy way to get on those. But anyway, these first two. So getting your business listed on all these directories, Yellow Pages, Yelp, Bing, Angie's, all these others. Will help ChatGPT find you more and make you look like a more reputable site. Also, creating social pages, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube channel, all those things. Even if you don't post a ton of content on them, it'll still help your business show up more online and help these LLMs. So that's part of the answer. But what I was getting at with this whole ChatGPT approach is now we're going to tell ChatGPT who Copilot Agency is, what you do, and we're going to start training it on your business so that when people in the future ever type in what's a reputable agency that I can work with for my business, we can help maybe potentially get you starting to rank. And are you working in specifically like working with local businesses in a certain area, or are you going like pretty nationwide with your agency? Are you in the US, by the way?
Yes, yes, I am in
Okay.
Houston. Well, actually Cyprus.
Cyprus.
But
Oh,
yes,
cool.
yeah. I mean, originally I was obviously since this is digital business, I was targeting, national-wise, but obviously that is not the right approach because I would like to just better change the strategy and work on the Houston area, and surrounding areas. That's why I joined also BNI here in my area and just trying to support the local business. So I think for me, getting known here local is going to give me the credentials to do something outside of my living area and national wise if it's possible. But hopefully one day I will reach other clientels outside of Houston. But I will say that nowadays my intention is focused on this Harris County. I would put it in that way.
Right on. And the reason I ask is because we need to kind of give ChatGPT some context now of like what your agency does, maybe the areas that you work in and like focus on for your clients, all that kind of stuff. So you said the Houston area.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we'll say is like, um, I actually already, wait, we'll just say, shoot. Sorry, got to pop up here. So let's say Copilot Agency dot biz. So let's do this. Copilot Agency dot biz is a reputable uh, digital marketing agency that focuses on what is your main offer, smart websites, or do you do something different?
Well, the way that I am promoting my business is digital tools for businesses, and that covers the CRM and the smart website as you recommend, and the virtual receptionist. So those are like the three main elements that I am promoting my business.
Okay. With an emphasis on building smart websites and AI voice receptionists. I think I
Mhm.
spelled that right. They are located in the Houston area and are one of the top agencies for helping local businesses. Do you have a niche or just local business in general would be good?
Yeah, yeah, in general, like I haven't selected a niche yet.
Okay. So I'm gonna feed that back to ChatGPT now. Just give it some context. And look, it's confirming. Before it's like, I didn't know that this was a business. I can't find anything on them. And now it's saying, yes, I can confirm that Copilot Agency via copilotagency.biz does exist and their website presents them as a Houston area. Like, so now it's like, it's funny how it works. At first it's like I couldn't find anything credible, and now we're like telling it, and now it's like, yes, that's right. And so right here at the bottom, this is a good answer. Like, it's now like reaffirming back to us, yes, here's a breakdown of what I found. And now it's like probably crawled your website. So it's now learning more about what you guys offer, which it's probably never done before because nobody's ever asked it because you're a small agency, right? And so now all we have to do is click this like checkbox or sorry, this thumbs up at the bottom. And now we have started training ChatGPT on your business. And this will work for other LLMs too. You might want to go do this in Claude and DeepSeek and all these other LLMs and just train them on it because as you mentioned at the beginning, like this AI SEO is becoming increasingly more important as more people are using ChatGPT instead of Google to search things up and find businesses and just search for anything and ask questions. And so now ChatGPT is starting to recognize your business, and you'd want to do this more, right? You'd want to go back and forth with it more times, maybe give it some more information on the business, and every time it gives you a good reassuring answer like this, give it the little thumbs up. And this is how LLMs work. They're just taking information from people all day, every day. And if they get enough of you messaging it like this, this same result will start popping up for other people when people go to type in who's a good digital marketing agency to work with in Houston. Since you've talked about it so much with ChatGPT, you're going to start showing up. So that's one thing. And then also, as it says here at the top, you'll want to get your business on like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok if you haven't already. Yelp, Bing, Angie's List, those kind of things will all help. Google Business Profile, like your buddy said, you can get a Google Business Profile and you don't have to show your address. You can be like a digital service business. And so you can still be in a certain location, but your address won't be public for people to see. And yeah, anyway, that'd be a good way to go. Yeah, so anyway, hopefully that kind of helps answer your questions. I'm not sure on the robot tech TXT or whatever. I really haven't heard about that. I'd say this stuff that we covered right here is going to be more important than anything else.
Got it. Okay.
The funny story, the Search Atlas CEO, Monik, who I was talking with a couple weeks ago at the High Level Summit, convinced ChatGPT that he made up a city called like Snackopolis or something, and he said it was made of like chips and candy and like soda, and he's made up this fake city, and he convinced ChatGPT to to think this city was real. And then he started searching it on Google and he asked another language model like Claude, and these other Google actually popped up and said, "You're this is a location, it's made of chips and candy," and like anyway, he like basically tricked the language model into thinking that this was a legit city somewhere in like Europe or something like that. And anyway, so it just kind of goes to show the how you can kind of manipulate ChatGPT to give the answers that you want it to give when people search things up related to your business. So, and it's something I was like, I asked him, I'm like, can that ever be fixed? Like, that seems like a big issue, right? If people can just go in and manipulate ChatGPT to say whatever they want, and basically he's like, it can't be fixed. He's like, that's how these language models work. They pull in information from sources that they find. That's all the info they have is from people like us, people posting on blogs, on websites. Just everything that's out on the internet is the only way ChatGPT is trained, and the answers that you feed back to it are how it's trained. And so he's like, it's really an issue that can't be fixed. And so he's like, might as well use it to your advantage to like start popping up in search. So anyway, hopefully that helps a little bit.
Definitely, definitely. And that is a very interesting trick about it and very important at the end of the day. But as you said, it is very dangerous as well. So that is just another way to confirm that we need to validate whatever it is coming from these LLMs. And that is where the expertise and the knowledge of the field where we are is going to take, in place. I mean, if somebody's an attorney, anybody can ask attorney questions in ChatGPT, but I mean, actually that works and that is true. That is where the professionals come in place to validate whatever it is. So, well, I mean, it is everybody's learning about this. So, thank you so much for that feedback. I will start working on that and asking my wife to start training on her side about the Copilot agency. But thank you so much for that input, Jasper.
You bet. And ultimately, the the stuff that it finds online of like reviews about your business on Google Business Profile, Yelp, Angie's List, any place where it can find like Trustpilot, anywhere that can find reviews on your business that are positive, 5-star reviews, it's going to put more weight to those kinds of things, right? So if someone says, who's the best marketing agency to build my website in the Houston area, then it's going to pull from like the online sources that it can find first that are reputable sources. But so the trick that I just showed you isn't going to be like the number one ranking factor to like you're not just going to start popping up above like these big agencies that have had all these reviews over years and years, but it is part of helping it to rank and helping your business and website to start showing up in search results on these language models. So anyway, I wouldn't put like all your money toward not money, but like all your time and effort into like try to go back and forth with ChatGPT all day. I would go and create social platforms, try to get some reviews from some of your customers, set up all these different business directories and registries for your business, and those things will help more than anything to like start putting you out there and showing up in those results. So anyway, I don't, yeah, they don't weight it super heavily like these back and forth conversations, but it does have some weight to getting you to pop up. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Thank you so much for those recommendations. I will put it in place. Is needed.
If you want some more in-depth content on how to grow your digital marketing agency, you can join my free HighLevel Quest community down below. It has my full 7-hour course on how to get your agency fully set up and go high level from start to finish.